Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a brand new video, Football Manager 2020 in the saddle, and we have had a good month, to be honest, a really good month off camera, so hopefully we can continue that today. Opening up, we've got Rochdale who are in 7th, so it's going to be a difficult game, but let's have a look at how we have got on off camera. That's the main thing. So last time out then it was the 3-1 win over Gillingham, but we decided we needed some good results from these lots of fixtures, and we didn't get off to the best of starts. Newport County came to the Bankses and stuffed us 2-0, and yes, that is Marcus Barnes scoring against me. Yeah, the guy who literally had 5 appearances for us, didn't score, has now banged in 9 in 20 for Newport County. Frustrating. But we did finally get some form going. Bristol Rovers, considering how we played against them in the playoffs last year, to beat them 2-0 away from home was superb. Eddie Brown getting on the score sheet. Elliot Watt also on the score sheet, and we were fully in control of that game. Oldham in the Leeson.com trophy went 2-2, went to penalties, a last minute equaliser from Mark Little, and we won on penalties. We're through to the next round in that already with a game to spare, so that's really good. I think I'm pretty well. Not quite. We do have to win that game. What am I on? But a draw against Oldham technically and a draw against Lincoln was a little bit disappointing. We led through Eddie Brown, and then a penalty in the last 10 minutes was a disappointing way to drop 2 points. We knew though, we had bigger games on the horizon, and we did. Burton, 2-1 win away from home. Really good win. We actually went down to 10 men as well, with Tunji Akinola getting sent off, but Eddie Brown from the spot. Josh Ginley scored a cracker as well, and we won 2-1 away from home to Burton, and also 2-1 away from home to Wigan Athletic. Again, Eddie Brown on the score sheet for 3 games in a row there. He was in a good run. Dylan Levitt made it 2-0. They scored a late goal, but it didn't matter. And once again, another win. So 3 good wins in a row there. Really helped us. And Fleetwood were beaten. Paris Montgomery and Callum Gribben on the score sheet. Then it came to Oldham at home, and I thought, you know what, this is a game we should win as well. We didn't. A 1-0 loss. Philip Stoperovic with a goal. It was a disappointing loss, but we need to bounce back today. Rochdale, who are in 7th, and then Rotherham in 12th. So 2 teams around us, 2 teams, if we get a win, we can try and leapfrog. That's the main idea. And if we do look at the league table, we are in 15th on 27 points, but we do have 3 games in hand over Plymouth. So if we can win a couple of our games in hand, you're looking here. And the playoffs isn't far off right now, and that's surprising at the moment. So, the team then, Norman in goal, Niall Mason on the right, Akinola and Rhys Williams are our centre-back partnership for the moment, and I'm going to play Sean Mackey on the left. I wasn't pleased with Miles Kenlock last time out, and people aren't quite fit for this one. We lost to Oldham. It was a chance to make some changes as well. Jan Zambarek and Paris Montgomery are your midfield too. Dennis Politic on the right. Ronan Darty comes in for Dylan Levitt again. I just didn't think he played that well against Oldham. Nor against Fleetwood, really. 2 games he had a bit of a bad one. He's not been scintillating this year. I mean, actually, average rating of 7.04. There's me told. Josh Ginley plays on the left. Callum Gribben's played well lately, but we're going to change it up after the result against Oldham. But up front, Eddie Brown, 6 goals in 12 appearances. He's back from injury, and he's ready and raring to bang them in for us. So I did say last episode we needed to get some wins on the board, go on a little run, and we've done that. We've kept ourselves in contention now to maybe do something this season. I was writing it off beforehand, but now we can try and push on, but getting a win here is important. That's awful from Zambarek, a really bad ball, and Tolaj is in from McGuinness's pass. Great tackle by Akinola, but they're coming forward again. It's Camps, Williams, this looks dangerous. Camps, great block by Zambarek, making up for his mistake, and now Ginley flying forward. We haven't saw a lot of him on camera this year, but he scored a couple of stunners. Ginley's cross, Eddie Brown, na 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 na, Eddie Brown, Eddie Brown. He is my favourite player in this team. I like Zambarek, so that feels harsh, but Eddie Brown just scores goals. That's what he does. When Zambarek gave that away, I really thought it was going to be a Rochdale highlight, but to get a goal in the first 10 minutes away from home is something we've been doing in this run, in these away games, getting goals in the first 20 minutes of a game and going on to look comfortable from there, and it's seemingly happening again. Rochdale are coming forward now. I have opened my mouth. Should be able to clear here. Magoma does, but it's just coming back at us. We're a little bit deep. Interested on possession that we're dominant, but it doesn't look like it on the dots at the moment. Williams crosses in. Spence, we've just got to get it away. We haven't quite. I mean, that was scary. just going to demand a little bit more. We seem to have taken our foot off the glass. Yeah, that's what we do. We take our foot off the glass. We just don't look as sharp as we did when we from when we scored. Rochdale with a corner here. Move the mouse out of the way. Put the mouse back. Put it back. Block it. Put it... Oh, God. Josh McGuinness has scored. Rochdale have really come back into this now and actually look the better of the two teams right now. Half-time approaching. We need to change something maybe. But Ginley's free kick towards Akinola. It's got to be. He's hit the post. Oh, Tunji. It should have been 2-1 there. Right on the stroke of half-time. It would have been the perfect time to score a goal. Not quite. I'm actually going to tell them I'm not happy with the performance. It fired a lot of them up because we look a little bit nervy, I think. I'm not sure what it is, but we don't look confident in our abilities. Ronan Darcy's on a 6.4. Dylan Levitt's chomping at the bit to come on. We also have Marvin Jones as well. Callum Gribben, Nia Kirby. So we have options. But it's the type of game where you don't want to change too much at the moment. I mean, I'll make a couple of personnel changes. Actually, I'll make one now. 66 on the clock. We'll get Dylan Levitt on. Eddie Brown's took a knock, but we'll give him a minute or so. We'll get Dylan Levitt on there. We do have Marvin Jones, like we said. But it's the type of game plan-wise, you just want to stick with it and get that goal. It's very, very tight. A draw wouldn't be a bad result here. But Ginelly's free kick. Oh, it's brilliant. It is brilliant from Josh Ginelly. That is superb. I said earlier, we've not saw a lot on camera, but he scored a couple of screamers. And there's one for your eyes right there. What a goal. Brilliant free kick. He's nowhere near the goalkeeper. And Josh Ginelly has put us in control of this. Now it's going to be interesting. 15 minutes to go. I'm going to get Marvin Jones on. Eddie Brown doesn't look fit. He's took a knock, like I said. Plus Marvin Jones' pace on the counter could be important. He'll play advance forward. But apart from that, I'm going to make no more personnel changes. I'm going to wait 5 minutes and maybe stick it on defensive. If we can grind out a result here, it's a huge 3 points. Okay, there we are then. 10 minutes to go, just under. We're going to go to defensive and we're going to change the team instructions a little bit. So we'll time waste a hell of a lot more and bring the tempo right down to slower. But what we will do is make the direct passing. So when we've got the ball, we're looking over the top. Get rid of this. We're looking over the top for Marvin Jones. I'm going to tell him to shoot a bit more, be more disciplined as well. And we'll also dribble less at the defence. In transition, when possession's been lost, regroup. When possession's been won, counter. That's the important thing. Distribution-wise, distribute over the opposition defence would be huge. And take the long kicks while we're at it. Slow the pace down. Okay, let's see if this makes a difference. Out possession-wise, anything we could do? Probably use the tighter marking is all I'd say. Okay, so hopefully now there's nothing going to happen and we will just drive this game out. Sometimes on Football Manager it's not worth changing anything. We've headed it away, but I've made changes. Oh, for God's sake. It's one of the big frustrations I have with this game. In terms of everything I just did tactically, it's exactly what you would do. But as soon as you make a change, the match engine goes, no, Mason's fell over. It's a tough one. What do you do in that situation? Do you just risk it? I don't know. I mean, I get anything can happen from football. And you know what? This isn't a bad result, but I feel like it's 2 points lost at the same time. Unless Josh Ginelly can do something else magical. Mackie needs to find a cross, really. We stayed on defensive, which was probably a bit of a mistake. But this should be the last highlight of the game. Hopefully it'll be ours. Dennis Politic, not saw anything of him really. He's got to get across in. Dylan Levitt's there and we've got all 3 points. We have stuck at it and Dylan Levitt has done the job. His 3rd goal of the season. Dennis Politic with the assist. That's huge. That could be a real momentum shifting goal for us. Politic did well on the right. It's what you want to see from him. He's found the cross. Dylan Levitt gets across his marker, nicks his header on the ball. Rochdale 2, Walsall 3. We're up to 12th. Brilliant. Really good result. Tight game and we stole a victory. That's the main thing. People have written us off today, apparently. We will take the win. But it's a really good result. Rotherham coming up in just 3 days' time. So we're going to have to rest the boys. And we're in 12th. Rotherham now in 14th. So we are above them with 2 games in hand, which is good. But the way I'm looking at it as people like Bradford, who are in 7th, 33 points, we've got 2 games in hand. If we win our 2 games in hand, we'd go above Bristol Rovers. So they are huge, those games in hand right now. Okay, here we go. Quick turnaround in League One, as always. We've had to rest them, but we're looking fit enough. I'm going to make just the one change from that win and bring in Dylan Levitt. He got a goal off the bench. He'd been rewarded for that by getting a start today. Ronan Darcy drops back down, but that's it. Everyone else played okay, I think. Ginley got himself a good goal. Eddie Brown got a goal. Politic with an assist in the end. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. The defence, isn't solid. And that's the only thing I'd look at. Someone like Sean Mackey, did he play well last time out? 6.8, so that's not bad. So who really let us down in that back? Akinola needs to stay, I think. Reece Williams, a 7, he played quite well, but we conceded 2 goals. So you do wonder about it all. Noel Mason, 6.8. I'm going to go with this team. And hopefully we can get another good result. I think we're at home this time, and our home form needs to improve. Massively needs to improve. So today's the day to do it. Rotherham, interestingly, have Hal Robson, Carnu, Ollie Noburn. Just Noburn. No Burns here, please. We're at a stage in the season where everyone's still quite close together in the middle of the pack, but people are starting to pull away. So for us, it's important to now rise up a little bit with win after win after win. In theory, we'll see what happens here. Caro, Akinola held him up for a second, but he's coming flying forward, Caro. Magoma did something, but he's still going, Caro. Back to Noburn, and hopefully we can... Norburn, I've done that twice now. Hopefully we can recapture our defensive shape here. Clark doesn't look good right now. Clark away from Noel Mason. It's a penalty. Noel Mason's gone sliding in there. That was silly. And now Rotherham with a chance to lead after just 8 minutes. It's Norburn. Got his name right that time. And he scored. Right, not a good start. Not a good start. Silly mistake from Noel Mason. That sliding in. No need for it, really. He got away, yeah, sure, but just a little bit daft to slide in there. And at the moment, not a lot's happening. That's the problem. Right, first highlight since the goal. Zambarek's lost out. That's not good. And Palmer's flying forward. A goal here for Rotherham could kill us off already. Norman has to make the save. Boys. It feels like every episode's going this way. We have a good first game and then the second game isn't great. Although last time it was the other way around, so maybe not. We need to really get some consistency. Right, I've ripped into them at half time. I've put a little bit of a boot up their backsides, but at the moment, it's hard to see where an equaliser is going to come from. Politics on a booking, Aaron on 6.4, so he could come off. Highlight here, we'll see what happens. Every highlight so far has been Rotherham's, remember, so it'd be nice to see us come forward. Williams to Mackey. They are marking Zambaret really tightly. He's got involved there. It will come back for Sean Mackey, who's going to fly forward from left back. Jan Zambarek from range. Oh my Jesus Christ. What has he done there? Jan Zambarek from miles out has scored a goal of the season contender right there, at least. Have a look at this again. Mackey's cross pulled back for Zambaret. The first time strike is swinging, it's swerving, it's dipping, and it's scoring. And it's Walsall 1, Rotherham 1. If that doesn't get you off your feet, what does? I did think about bringing Politic off, but I think actually I'll get Gribben on the left-hand side for Josh Ginnelly, who's also on a 6.4. Maybe Gribben could unlock something here. Again, it's quite a tight game. We've been better since the second half. Here we go. Gribben's free kicks could be important. He's whipped it in. Oh, Williams, it was off the line. Wonderful defending. Zambarek keeping it alive, but that should be the end of the highlight, I would think. Reece Williams is a threat from the back when set pieces come about. That's a silly tackle from Sean Mackey, who's going to get booked. Cheers, Sean. Right, 15 minutes to go. I'm going to get Politic off. We'll get Ronan Darcy on the right-hand side. Eddie Brown's going to stay on. He's not having the best of games, but he's not having a terrible game, and I think he could just get a chance and finish it. 1-1 isn't a terrible result here. The loss would have been the terrible result, but quite like a victory. Another late goal, maybe. It doesn't look likely right now. Time is flying through, and it looks like it'll be a draw, and it is. Walsall 1, Rotherham 1. It's like I say, it's not a terrible result. We've played better in the second half. We've come back into it. We just didn't quite do enough to get a victory, but we got a draw. And if I look at the league table now, there we are up into 11th place. So we were down here at the start. Now we're into 11th. And again, 2 games in hand over Bradford with just 3 points in it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the episode. A pretty good episode, actually. We haven't had one in a while, but it's pretty good. A win in the first game, a draw in the second game. Unbeaten, just saying. And we have put ourselves in a position that we can try and make them. Every time I do one of these, you interrupt. This is very rude. But we are in a position now that we can hopefully try and make a playoff push. Perhaps more. There's still a lot of time to go in the season. We are only in, I believe, October. So there's a lot of time. I mean, how do I look? Should we just press continue and find out? Yes, October, end of October. So there's a lot of time. Anything can happen. 20 games into the season. We've recovered from the bad start enough that we can do something. That's the main thing. So Yeah, hopefully we will. Monday's episode will be the continuation of that. I'm going to play through 4 or 5 games and come back to you probably around Christmas time and see where we're at. Until next time, peace.